Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So I did a video where I was asking the question, is Terence Crawford the next to go down in flames? Now, I got 61 likes on the video. So that tells me that people understand the inquiry. But there are a concentric few who have disagreed with it. And I'm not sure how they took the video, but they didn't take it the way it was intended, which happens a lot when you're dealing with creating content here on this YouTube platform. But I'm gonna kind of expound a bit more in the video than doing a little 15-second short to explain why I asked the question, is Terence Crawford the next to go down in flames?
Subscribe to the channel. Is Terence Crawford next? Writing's on the wall that something bad's gonna happen. First, Bomac goes to the joint. Keyshawn Davis banned from boxing. Is Terence Crawford next? Hey, welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Subscribe to the channel. Is Terence Crawford next? Writing's on the wall that something bad's gonna happen. First, Bomac goes to the joint. Keyshawn Davis banned from boxing. Is Terence Crawford next?
Now, we know that Bomac went to jail out there in the UK. He left a gun in a suitcase. It is what it is, right? But that is not a good look for Terence Crawford and his team. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. What Crawford did becoming the two-time undisputed was absolutely amazing. Okay? Remember, I just have conversations. I don't have a favorite fighter like most of you. I don't care. I like my two favorite fighters. I'm sure you can fill in the blank if you've been following this channel. Zab Judah and Chris Bird. So I want to make sure that, I emphatically say that what Crawford did was absolutely amazing. But for Crawford to get to that next level, right? Having negativity surrounding him and his circle is not good. Now, for those of you who say, what next level? He's already at the next level. No, he's not. He's two-time undisputed, which puts him in the Hall of Fame. But the next level for Crawford is to be out here making these $20, $25 million paydays every fight. Crawford's looking to cash out, people. And when I say cash out, that doesn't mean he's looking to go out here and just, fight anybody and not put up a performance. No, he's getting into the win. Crawford only knows one way. But his whole thing is to come out here and make money. But I just think you want to have a lot of positive energy around you that can help bubble you up to that next level to make sure you're going into these fights, man, with a positive outlook. But when you look at Bomac and what happened with him, I just think that took some steam. For me, it took some steam off of Crawford's becoming two-time undisputed, because now instead of us sitting here talking about, man, Crawford became two-time undisputed, Bomac is out doing this, Crawford's doing this, all these great things are happening. Look, all the attention's been taken away from the fact that they expanded that center they have out there in Omaha and how they were granted that land to expand that center. All the attention's been taken off of that. All the attention's been taken off the fact that Crawford was building another home out there for himself and Crawford enjoying the fruits of his labor. All the attention's been taken off of that. It's now negative publicity because of something that happened with Bomac. So that's why I said, damn, is Crawford next? Then boom, you got Keyshawn Davis, Crawford's mentee, right? Now Keyshawn Davis goes down in flames. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, you got the state of Texas. It doesn't allow people to smoke weed, but it's in the United States. Majority of states now have legalized recreational use of weed. So that just goes to show you there's a much bigger problem. Well, that's a secret society thing, you know what I'm saying? But still, you heard the saying, guilty by association. When I was a young guy, if I had two friends that I rode with, and them guys doing good in school, Guy stayed out of trouble. Nothing negative going on with them. You know, my pops would be like, all right, no problem. I like them guys. But if two of those guys, one got arrested, something with a gun, the other one got arrested, something happened to him, something with weed, my dad be like, get away from them. Them fellas toxic. Can't have you getting involved in that crap. Because something happened to you, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel when I watch Crawford. Like, damn, man. You come up there and become undisputed, 2-time undisputed. Great things, everybody, the whole world talking about it. And then Bomac goes, helps Chris Eubank Jr. to beat Liam Smith. People who felt that he wouldn't. Most people felt he wouldn't be able to beat him the way he lost that first fight. Come back, man, and just, outboxes him, outclasses him. Talk about riding on a high. And within a couple of days, boom, all that got shot down. All that got dead. Bomac in the joint. Then you look at, after that, Crawford and Spence. Everybody, oh, they should fight. They shouldn't fight. Oh, Earl Spence activates the rematch clause. Everybody, Crawford Spence, rematch December. Then you find out that fight ain't happening in December. Then you find out Showtime's going out of business. Now you see Crawford could be sitting inactive. Going into January, over 6 months. Somebody posted, well, let him rest. Crawford doesn't want to rest. This man doesn't want to be around the sport of boxing too much longer. So now Crawford, realistically, if he doesn't take a stay busy fight, right, which is a lot for him to think about, because if he takes it, who's he going to fight? Is he going to get approved to fight somebody other than Boots Ennis? And then what are the fans going to say now? Because, that shit, I don't care what Crawford says, that bothers Crawford. Oh, he's ducking. Nobody wants to understand the fact that he's got to stay busy. And this whole thing with Boots, I get it, it's the mandatory, but that Boots fight is a high-risk fight for Crawford and for Boots. So then you go take a Boots fight for little to no money and blow gazillions of dollars fighting Spence in a rematch. So it's a lot for Terence Crawford to sit there, man, and digest. It's not an easy decision for him. So for me, when I look at it, it's like, damn, Bomac's gone down in flames. Keyshawn's gone down in flames. And Crawford, day by day, is going down in flames too, in my opinion, because he can't get the fight he wants. He's in a tough position, being undisputed. You understand? Do I keep the belts? Do I drop the belts? Do I go out here and ask these sanctioning bodies to allow me for a little interim bout to stay active? Damn, what are the fans going to think? Or do I sit here and just, run the risk of getting a year older, waiting to fight Earl Spence in a rematch? So when you look at Terence Crawford, that's why I've done videos saying Terence Crawford's getting cold. It means he was hot. Coming off of that Spence win, Crawford was hot. Blazing hot. He's cooled off now. A couple of people are like, Crawford will never cool off. Yes, he will. He's cooled off now. And Bomac and Keyshawn's situation didn't help Crawford's. And I think it's unfortunate because Crawford's kind of out here doing his own thing. Yeah, he got the whole thing with PBC. That's why I said, damn, did Crawford get okey-doked? It's just a conversation. But you get, some of these McNicholases that come on here and, because they're so in love and infatuated and obsessed with a fighter, they want to, try to, insult you, which is all good, man. It's like I just have a bunch of goddamn subordinates all over, you know what I'm saying? Just counsel them and drink your little coffee, don't worry, you know what I mean? They want to act their shoe size, that's on them. But Crawford, to me, is in a tough spot. He's over there with PBC, he's locked into a rematch, and now should have been more active than what he is. He's got to sit. And for those of you saying, well, it's just, if he sits 8 months or a year, what's the big deal? Man should be fighting 3 times a year. 2 times at the minimum. No fighter should be sitting inactive, especially a guy like Crawford, who's at, I would say, the highlight, but becoming the twilight of his career. And he's at close to the end of his career. And he wants to have, mega events to make huge money against the biggest challenges, and then go out with a bang after 3-4 fights. And that's not happening. Everything that this man, because you got to understand, he kind of timetable things, and he has a plan. Okay, within the next 2 years, I get these fights, and if everything works out, boom, I'm in the breeze. He's not in the breeze. He's in a holding pattern now. Now, I'm going to show you something here. All right. So this is what happens when you put a video out, right? Let me try to expand this for you. So this is the same video that I did, right? Now, you get a guy here who he calls me for doing that video saying, is Crawford next to go down in flames? Just a conversation. Another Crawford hater. And he gets 3 likes. And that's his right to say that, but it's just, to me, it's just like I'm dealing with a goddamn 10-year-old. So I say to him, you know, you're young and inexperienced. I can tell from your comment, right? Then you come and see the next person. I support you, black brother, but we got to do better. And I'm not sure what he meant, we got to do better, but he's talking about Crawford, Bomac, and Keyshawn getting mixed up in foolishness, or if you're talking about, you know, the video that I did. I don't know. But I just simply, you know, I respect what everybody puts on here. I don't have to like it, but it's all good. And I replied to him and said, hey, we need to recognize that something great happened with Terence Crawford. Subsequently, the trainer got locked up. His December fight with Spence went up in flames. The Canelo fight discussions got scrapped. He'll be out the ring over 6 months this January, and his mentee was banned from boxing for smoking weed. And then I said, tell me one thing good that has happened to and for Crawford since becoming 2-time undisputed. This is why I asked, is Crawford next? Because the writing is on the wall that a storm is brewing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I definitely feel that way. There are signs, man. You see things happening, you're like, that's not good. And what I see happening with Terence Crawford is one bad thing after another bad thing after another bad thing. And I mean that. And I don't like it. Now, no, I'm not saying Crawford's going to die. Crawford's going to jail. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as far as what Crawford had planned for himself by the end of 2023, it's not happening. What Crawford had planned for himself probably by May of next year. Right now, it looks like, you know, that may not happen either. And what I mean by that is, having fought twice, you know he ain't getting the Canelo fight. Fighting Zoo or Charlo, that may or may not happen. Zoo's coming to the States to fight. Somebody said they feel Terence Crawford needs to grow into 154. To that, I say, hold your horses. Somebody said Tim Zoo needs to come over here and get a warm-up fight. I'm like, what? So if all this proves to be true, then Crawford shouldn't be fighting nobody. He needs to grow to 154. He doesn't want to fight Boots. Right? He said that. He's not afraid of him. He just wants big fights. But he did say he doesn't want to fight Boots. If Tim Zoo doesn't want to fight him, if Jamel's out here doing whatever, what's Crawford going to do? He can't do anything that he wants to do. Now he's forced to go and do something. And the fans aren't going to support him because Crawford said he wants Canelo. Crawford said he wants Jamel. Crawford said he'll fight Zoo. The WBO just said, hey, Crawford, if you want to fight Zoo, go ahead. Now Zoo's saying he may need a warm-up, an acclimation type fight here in the States. Crawford, so what happens to Crawford? So that's why I said, you know, his plans, or this Terence Crawford, hey, all the signs are there that he can go down in flames. And it's frustrating to see him, also Boots in this, can't really get a fight. At least the fight he wants, and Deontay Wilder can't get the fights that they want. You know, there's some little nuances there that's kind of attached to all three of these fighters, but that's the bottom line, man. Guys can't get the fights they want, and as a result, they all seem to be going down in flames. Okay? Now, before I end this video, let's look at these other comments. So, somebody was asking, hey, why is Keyshawn banned from boxing? Well, if you're watching this video, now you know. And everyone saw Terence Crawford beat up, busted gloves, bro. So they're talking about the gloves. All right. So, I mean, again, another reason why these are the kind of things that could affect this man, Terence Crawford. and nobody's gonna want to support him because the whole thing about they even look they're talking about the gloves. Like I'm not the one trying to break him down. I'm just having a conversation. But there are other people, and I'm not saying they're wrong. They see things and they have questions, and they should ask him, and we should talk about it. And my boy 818 says, nah, Bud is too calculating to a fault. I doubt he's going to crash and burn himself, but losing is always possible in boxing. 818 always puts out sensible comments, man. And he's right. You know, I think Bud will avoid those pitfalls, but, you know, anything can happen. Then somebody was asking about Keyshawn again, but now he knows. And someone says, hey, what you say? I can't remember what I replied to this dude. But I said, I don't like what's happening in the circle. We need to see and hear some good things, which is what I just said in this video. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line here for me is, I mean that. We need to see and hear some good about Terence Crawford and his circle. And you know what? There's probably 1,000 great things going on. Probably is. But these things that happened, what happened with Bomac and Keyshawn are so significant that it's overshadowing that. And these content creators are out here and they just want to take that and they just want to run with that and they're going to paint it in a negative way. I'm not doing that. I'm asking the question, hey, is he next to go down in flames? Because we know there's great things that were going on with Terence Crawford, but man, he's cooled off. These two, basically Bomac and Keyshawn, and their actions were equivalent to having 2 huge gallons of ice cold water and dumping it on the barbecue grill. Shit's cooled off. You can't cook no more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. And I still feel that, hey, we need to ask the question, is the secret society, what's going on? And they're taking out the crew one by one. Who's next and what's next? Because you look at Crawford, my boy, it just reminds me of Zaire Rahim when he beat Eric Morales. This man should have been out of here. But the secret society took it to the stupid, and he didn't go out there to make gazillions of dollars. It has happened before. You beat the man, get your opportunity, an Olympian, all that. And the man didn't go nowhere. Terence Crawford, 2-time undisputed, beat the man. He ain't going nowhere. That's the reality of it. He ain't going nowhere. It's not his fault. But let's see, because you know, in boxing, things change. Day to day to day, stuff changes. So sometimes I'll make a video, 3 days later, something else will come out, and somebody will be like, "Hood champion, you don't know what you're talking about." It's like, yo, quit taking it to the stupid. This was true 3 days ago. My man, look at the date on the video. You're looking at something from today and want to sit there and question my credibility from something I did 3 days ago. Like Usyk. Fury came out. Multiple people said that Usyk was saying he needs 14 weeks to train and wouldn't be ready by the 23rd. Usyk, on his own YouTube page, said the same thing. He needs 14 weeks. He has some issues. Then Usyk does an interview because he's in Saudi, and he says he's ready to fight on the 23rd. So, you know, it's to me, it's funny, man, because when I see that stuff, I just start laughing. I'm like, yo, what the hell? So I think personally, them Saudis were like, hey, this is what it is. Y'all ain't gonna play around with us. And this money we're putting up, whether you're injured or not, you're gonna get in this ring. That being said, let's see what happens with Crawford and his future. And hopefully something shakes out. But I just can't see Crawford and the powers to be. Even the secret society, man, you know, as much as I come down on those guys, being okay with Crawford, you know, going a year without getting back in the ring. I know Crawford won't be okay with that. But we got to wait and see how it plays out. That being said, y'all keep cool. I'm about to go to my son's AAU basketball game in the breeze.